There we go. Okay, sorry. There's something happens whenever I schedule these live videos. For some reason, when I push like ready to go live, it just kind of spins in circles and doesn't actually load. So I'm just sitting here. I was here at 3:45. Sorry if anybody's there and waiting, and hello to anybody who is watching now or later. Yeah, I don't know what that, something with the, takes a while to wake back up or something. So hi, happy full moon in Sagittarius. We had a lunar eclipse this morning, and I did not get up to see it. If any of you did, please let me know, because that is exciting. I did get to see the moon last night. We were a little cloudy in my area, but I kept checking, so eventually it cleared up a little bit. There was like a little patch where it was just peeking through. Not as big as I thought it was going to be for a supermoon. It kind of looked a little bit bigger than it usually does, so it's very beautiful. I hope you all get a chance to see it. So just curious how everyone is feeling. I feel a lot of energy today. It's very sporadic and it makes me anxious, and I'm kind of struggling today, but I mean, I just take it easy as best I can. I took a really long lunch break today and made myself a nice big salad and had some sherbet for dessert and just kind of like treated myself. And I don't know, just trying not to do anything major today and not trying to like, I'm just lighting some charcoal here because I'm going to burn. I need more than sage today. I'm just going to burn a whole bunch of stuff. So I'll let that get going. And I've seen a lot of debate on Facebook groups and like message boards and stuff, of this huge debate about whether or not you should make moon water today, and just a lot of anger and frustration going around, it seems like. And I'm drinking some nettle tea, but I put some Virgo full moon water in there because I just am trying to get grounded and just trying to center myself and stay calm and just ride the wave and wait for it to be over, and see what comes of it. Personally, look at your birth chart and see where Sagittarius lies in your chart. For me, I have 3 like big major planets in Sagittarius, and so look at like what planet it is, and look at what house it's in. So the houses are kind of like where, like the houses look like little pie sections, and each little section has a quality or a characteristic, and it's kind of like the stage of where whatever planets are in that little pie piece are going to affect your life. So for me, all of my Sagittarius is in the 10th house, and that is your work and career and public image, like being like kind of like the service that you bring to the world, or So it's just affecting me a lot in really big ways. And um, sometimes I feel sad because I'm kind of transitioning in my career and I'm trying to not make it be any sort of loss. But it feels, if I have been, my heart feels heavy. I've been kind of like almost like grieving a little bit today. And I feel the shift and I feel the transition and I know it's going to be okay in the end, but it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. So, in regards to making whether you should make moon water or not, for me personally, because it feels so chaotic and it's such a big shift in my life, I don't want to bottle that. Like, do you want to think about how you feel today and how this energy makes you feel? And if it's something good and positive, then yes, bottle that up and capture that energy and make some moon water. But if you're feeling like I'm feeling, stressed and overwhelmed and sad and like having a heavy heart, I don't want to bottle that energy. I don't want to save that and use that for something else unless I can't even think of like what I would want to use that for. And there's no right or wrong answer. If it feels right to you, then do it. If it doesn't feel right to you, then don't do it. And it does not feel right to you. But I've seen like a lot of anger and frustration about it. Like, no, you're wrong. You can't do it. And oh, no, yes, I'm right. You can do whatever you want to. And I mean, both of those people are right, but it's just whatever feels right to them. Those didn't last very long. I think I might get some. Yeah, this powder just burns up like really, really quickly, and then it's gone. Yeah, so I'm gonna grab some resins real quick, and if anybody's there, please say hello. This is just a chance to just talk about the moon and how it is making you feel. And I really feel like this is important because for the longest time I felt so alone when I feel these crazy energies. And I'm just like, am I crazy? Do I need to like be locked up? Like, why am I so stressed and so anxious and so upset during this time? And I just think it's really important to talk about it and figure it out, because once you know, oh, this is making me feel like this because I'm having this big whatever is going on in your chart, it's nice to know, okay, yep, it's just a phase. We're going to move past it. It's going to be okay. Change is hard, but it's going to be fine. So I'm just going to grab some resin real quick because that will burn slower. So if you have the Just a Phase Moon Planner, I did, for the week, you get recommended, I recommend colors that you can incorporate wearing the colors, or just you can like use candle color magic and burn that. Oh yeah, that's much better. And burn that color, set intentions around that color and that energy and how that color makes you feel. Usually the colors that I recommend are based on the zodiac sign for the whatever quarter phase that you were on for that week, which in this case is the full moon in Sagittarius. So obviously the Sagittarius color, because it's a fire sign, is really any fire colors, but more specifically like darker reds, like a reddish purple, maroon, burgundy, that kind of thing is what I have for this week, but specifically for the full moon today. So it technically happened, the eclipse happened early this morning. I think for, if you're on the East Coast, it was like between 4 and 5. I can't remember because I wasn't going to get up that early. I'd be more likely to stay up until 4 than to get up at 4. Because I am not a morning person. All right, so I just wanted to get some more candles going, some incense going. And so the reason I'm talking about incense now is I'm wondering if you are interested in herbs or incense that correspond to the zodiac signs, to add that to the planner for 2022. Because right now it's just the color and the stones. So the stones that were recommended for today or this week was, let me get back to that page. I think it was labradorite and garnet for today or this week. And the reason that I chose garnet, I wouldn't really associate it with Sagittarius, but I knew that the energies today were going to be chaotic because of the eclipse, and that garnet is a grounding stone, so it would help you stay grounded and centered and feel protected. It's a protective stone. It's protective, calming, and stabilizing. So like, even though there's like chaos going on around you, you feel safe and protected and stable. Like when chaos is going on, you kind of feel like, whoa, what's happening? And like you're gonna fall over. But garnet is really just like, it gives you something to hold on to. It makes you stand strong. And this is, I only recently started working with garnet like 2 years ago, because I had finally gotten to this point where I was so overwhelmed with emotions because I'm not a very grounded person, and I was just feeling really overwhelmed. I'm very intuitive, and I work one-on-one with people, and I was just getting overwhelmed and having difficulty protecting myself from other people's energy and just like separating myself and being able to put that boundary there. And garnet really helped me with that. It is a very important lesson to learn when you're trying to work with your psychic gifts or your intuition, is that I guess intuitively, you want to be floaty and focusing on your third eye and your crown chakra and your soul star chakra. And you're kind of focused all up here, but it's really important that you have a good solid foundation when you are doing these things. So it was kind of, I get a lot of physical energetic things. I get nauseous, I get dizzy. And garnet is just the number one thing that has helped me with that. Because before I was using a lot of black stones for protection and boundaries, and while that was all good, having up all these walls without a foundation wasn't helpful either. So garnet is the thing that did that for me, and that's why I suggested it for today in the planner, because I knew that we were going to have these chaotic energies and need some stability and groundedness. The other stone I recommended for today was for Sagittarius, which is labradorite. And it is this beautiful rainbow. It's like a dark gray, but it has these, I'll see if I can get it to flash at all. It has these like, it almost looks like, they're called flashes, but it almost looks like, oh, there we go. See the flash color in there? it almost looks like, it reminds me of like when you see a puddle on the street with some oil floating on top, like this rainbowy, flashy effect. So that's labradorite, and it is a stone for specifically for Sagittarius in the sense that it's very dreamy, and Sagittarius are the truth seekers, and you're always on this quest and moving and aiming for something and knowledge and learning. And labradorite is it helps you kind of light the path. So Sagittarius helps you aim direction, and labradorite is going to light the way to get there. It's usually a new moon stone. On the new moon, because it's good for setting intentions, it lights the path. It helps you like find your direction, see where you want to go. So that's a good new moon stone. But it's also a Sagittarius stone. And just because of the iridescent, like dreamy kind of aspect of it, I thought that it would be good for like any moon phase, really. But the eclipse phase too, because like if you just look at it, it just kind of looks like a dull gray rock, but then it has this like multifaceted rainbow iridescent sheen to it. Oh, there we go. Getting it flash really well. So I recommended those two stones today. Oh, and labradorite is also good for your third eye opening, and it promotes like hope and peace. Like it enables you to dream because you actually believe that the truth is out there and that your dream is really out there and attainable. And yeah. So those are the two stones that I recommended for this week and specifically for the eclipse. And I'm just kind of curious if you are interested in adding the herbs and incense or resins into that category. I've also been working with lepidolite just for anti-anxiety and anti-depression. I've been suffering a lot I've just been like in this dark hole for quite some time now. I was actually doing better, but then when we moved into Scorpio, I just like fell back into this hole. So just in talking about the moon cycles, I usually get stuck at the new moon or at the dark moon because I just get stuck in this hole and I allow myself to just be there. I allow myself to just have these negative feelings, have these negative emotions, to let myself cry, to take care of myself, take a bath, take a walk, like drink water, eat healthy foods. I just let myself be there. But sometimes it's really hard for me to get out of it. So I had finally gotten out of it. And then we moved into Scorpio, and then I could just feel this eclipse coming. I was like, oh God, here we go. Here we go again. But it still gives me comfort to know that it is just a phase. We are going to move on to something new tomorrow. When do we? Oh, well, we're still in Sagittarius, but the eclipse energy should kind of wane from here on out since it already happened. But I've been working for lepidolite for anxiety and depression. It's also a really great pain reliever. So I like to carry it in my pocket because I have hip pain. So it's like right there. It's almost immediate. It's pretty miraculous. I'm working with this stone. This is a stone that will be coming up. I just haven't uploaded it yet, but I have a Let's Get Stoned episode for lepidolite. So that will be coming soon. And I would also recommend some selenite, which is just to remind yourself that the light is there. And there's some other stones. I've been working with fluorite, more so because I like the shape of it to meditate with. But fluorite helps you kind of, again, figure out your direction and your path and your true calling. So I'm working with that today because of the Sagittarius placement in my chart specifically. So yeah. I pulled a card for every change in the zodiac sign this week. So on Friday, there's another card that will be coming up, and I always turn to oracle cards because they just help me find direction and make me feel not alone. So I knew this week was going to be crazy and hectic, and I wanted more than what I usually post, which is just information about the signs and the phase. So this was something new I was trying out this week. Let me know if you like it. This guy here is the Hawk Prince, and his keywords are spirit communication and paying attention. So I kind of compare him to hawk spirit as well, like hawk as a spirit animal, because just that's easier for me to like visualize. When I think of hawk, I think of flying above, rising above, and getting a new perspective, and soaring through the sky, dancing in the clouds, and not like getting bogged down and stressed out, and just kind of taking a step back and like, what is that expression? Eye of the hawk. Oh, my cat's just found, speaking of things flying around, my cat's just found I hope it's just a bug, but I found like a wasp in here earlier, so I don't know how they're getting in here. Oh gosh. So flying above, rising above. The eye of the hawk is like because they can see really well, see in the night. So the Hawk Prince is asking you to pay attention to signs and signals from spirit. Maybe this bug buzzing around is a sign from spirit. Like, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I just worry because if it is a wasp, then she will get stung. Let me see what it is. Or maybe I should have just cut this video short so I can get him outside. So that was the card for the collective this week. The number of it is 11, which is significant for me. I always see repeating numbers. That's one of my signs of communication with my spirit guides and with spirit. So 11 is, if you see that frequently, that is somebody trying to send you a message. And I think the one from yesterday was 44, which is another. I mean, I see repeating numbers all the time of every number. Like 555, 444. I think I got 808 the other day, and that's 8 is a new one for me. So that's significant with the Hawk Prince. But if there was anybody here, I would pick a card. Oh, hi, Amber. If you would like a card for today, I was going to do that. I'm glad you were able to make it. I'm running out of things to say. And there's a possibly wasp flying around that my cat is trying to get. So I might have to cut this a little short. I think it's a wasp. I can't see it, but I don't want her to get stung. Okay, so I'll pick again from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck. I'm just really feeling this deck this week. I've been using it all the time. Oh no, they were catching flies. Well, a fly I wouldn't mind, but the only reason I think it's a wasp is because I found a wasp earlier. So I'm like, oh shit, there might be a whole bunch of them getting in somehow. I can't see it though. It's high up, so she can't get it. All right. Amber, Amber, Amber. Thank you for coming. I was getting bored talking to myself. All right. How are you feeling with this moon? Amber, Amber, Amber. She's staring on it, but I don't see it. Oh, that's fine that you're late. I need to find a better time that's better for everybody. I know this is early for where you are, and it's just the only time that I'm alone in the house, and it's not time to cook dinner. Oh, you're very anxious. This energy is super chaotic. I'm feeling the same way. One just jumped out. Oh, I hate this card. Let me know if that resonates. If not, I will pick another one. This is the prison wave. So self-sabotaging, poverty consciousness, like not believing that you deserve better or that you don't deserve abundance. I get this card all the time because I think like just society has like programmed us to think that like only rich people can be rich, and I'm always like, oh, I just need a little bit. Like I just need enough to get by. But God, just having enough to get by is like so exhausting. Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to actually believe like, oh, you can be successful. You do deserve happiness. You do deserve peace and joy and abundance, because we all do. And the universe is infinite, and we all deserve to live happy, thriving lives. Oh, you do deserve your blessings. I get that card all the time. I'm like, oh, I know. I'm not supposed to be thinking like that. So just pay attention to your thoughts and write them down and burn them. This is a really good moon to be letting go of shit, like letting go of really old shit. I had the weirdest moment last night. I got up to get some water, and like I was waiting to keep checking on the moon because it was cloudy and I wanted to see it. And so I kept checking to see if the clouds were clearing, and I was sitting on the floor talking to my cats and playing, but they like went away. And I just sat there thinking about, I have no idea why, but I was thinking about the first job I ever had. And when I was 15, and I just like went down this weird memory lane of like the first job and why I quit. And I was trying to remember how long I had worked there, and it was the weirdest thing. And I'm like, where did that come from? So I think this moon is bringing up like all this really old stuff that just needs to go. Because I was like, why am I even thinking about that? I don't even know. The only thing I could think of is that my first job ever was the pool attendant at a hotel. And basically my job was just to make sure that there were always towels at the pool, cleaning up the dirty towels, and also checking the water. So I think I was just like thinking about setting up the pool for this weekend, and how weird it is that I really like testing the water and adjusting the chemicals. It's the weirdest thing. But I'm just like, why was I thinking about something that happened when I was 15? And I don't know. So weird. Old fears coming up. So maybe I think the eclipse is just supposed to burn it all out. Like you'll never have those fears again. At least that's what I'm hoping. Yeah. Well, I'm glad. Because I hate seeing that card. I'm like, I thought I already worked through all that. It's like so ingrained in us. Okay, she seems to have gotten bored with the wasp, but I don't know what else I can talk about. I was talking about the stones, garnet and labradorite and moon water, and the whole debate of whether or not you should be making moon water on an eclipse. And my weigh in on that is just do whatever feels right to you. Personally, for me, I'm feeling anxious and stressed and depressed, and I don't want to bottle that up in a water jar. So I'm not going to make moon water tonight. But if you are like, oh man, I feel great today, I love this energy, then yes, make moon water. But I've just seen like a lot of debate about like, you're right and I'm wrong and this and that. And I'm like, if it feels right to you, do it. If it doesn't, who cares? Don't do it. Yeah, so the baggage thing, do you remember the movie The Labyrinth? And there's this one scene where she goes back to her bedroom and she ends up having like she like picks up a teddy bear and she holds it, and then the teddy bear like sticks to her and she grabs these other things, and it's just like all these things sticking on her, like all her collections that she's like holding on to and doesn't want to let go of, and she ends up with this like big mound of just like, it looks like a garbage heap on her back because she's carrying all this shit around. That's what I feel like a lot. And then all of a sudden I'm like, let go. Just let go. Like, why are you carrying all this shit? And a lot of times it's like other people's shit, you know? It's like your husband or your mom or your dad or your friends or your coworkers. And it's just like, give it back. I don't want it. Let the moon burn it away. I don't even want half the stuff I have. I have too much stuff. I just want to have enough time to actually enjoy it and use it. And time. I want time. Well, that's the thing about releasing is you let it go, but then there's this empty space in there and you got to fill it back up. So my problem is like food, like junk food and like sugar. I'm like, ooh, I had a salad for lunch. I can't wait to have ice cream later. And I just like fill it up with something else. And that's one thing I've really learned with cleansing your home is I use sage all the time. I overuse sage. I think we all overuse sage. But because it's such a good cleanser, it gets rid of everything, including the good stuff. So when you're cleansing your home or yourself or releasing something or letting go of it, you have to call back in the stuff that you want. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I think going with the moon phases is so important and paying attention to all of them, because if you only celebrated the full moon and were releasing and celebrating without paying any attention to the new moon and calling in things, then you'd just be empty. You'd just have, or be replacing it with negative stuff. So it's so like after you cleanse your home or cleanse yourself or release something, call in stuff. Call in like when you clean your kitchen and when you cleanse your kitchen, say, call in, I want to have happy, healthy meals, and I want there to be laughter in here, and I want good feelings and comfort and good food, and call all that stuff in, because when you're cleansing it, it's just like empty, and that leaves more open space for negative to come in. Yeah, so when you release anxiety, you call in calmness and joy and happiness. One things I like to do, because I like burning things, releasing is like, so taking a piece of paper and writing down what you're releasing, and then write down what you're calling back, and tear it in half and burn the thing you're releasing, and then keep the one that you wanted to call in, and like taping it on your mirror or putting it on your nightstand, so that you just remember that you're calling that in. And I just like burning stuff. I don't know why I'm still shuffling these. I guess maybe I'll pick another card. I just like picking cards. Yeah, I just recently did all this prosperity work, like spells and a prosperity altar, and I started keeping some stones in my wallet, and I'm like, now my wallet feels heavy because there's rocks in it, but there's no money in it. I'm like, shit. Diamond Dreamer. Oh, weird. This is the one that just fell out. Diamond Dreamer, prosperity, or material wealth and true prosperity. I've never gotten this one before. This deck in particular, you can like really get lost, and like it looks like there's like Egyptian dogs, and that he's like maybe a genie coming out of the lamp. I can't think of the Egyptian god that has the dog head. Anubis? I don't know. But yay, see, we're letting go. Look at how perfect that is. We're letting go of the prison waif, and we're calling in the Diamond Dreamer. I like that. I'm really glad I picked the second one. Where's the book for that? Perfect, perfect, perfect. But also let go of the anxiety too, and call in joy and happiness. What number is he? 6. Oh, hey, that's my life path number. He represents successful manifestation to the unseen into the material. Be sure you truly want what you think you desire. For this ally will commit to getting it for you. That's a really big thing about manifestation, is you think you want something, and then when you have it, you're like, oh, I didn't really want that. So you have to be sure that that's what you really want. But that's when like visualization comes in handy, because if you start to visualize the things that you want, and if you like don't get this like feeling of joy and happiness, then maybe it's not something that you want. So I don't know much about Anubis. Maybe it'll say, I thought he was I don't know. I just went to this Egyptian exhibit the other day too. So spirit will serve to guide you toward achieving your heart's desire. If you want a house, you'll be led to it. If your priority is a new job, With the right continual steps, you will achieve this. Um, Material gain and positive financial shifts may also be on the way. You will indeed see the tangible results of your ambition. The Diamond Dreamer also serves to guide you to the appropriate choices so that the unseen is awakened to move mountains on your behalf. Positive communication is now possible in all of your relationships. So I have a problem with, like, because of the prosperity consciousness or poverty consciousness, I it's not necessarily that I don't think that I deserve happiness or success. It's like I'm scared. I've never been there. So like I'm scared, like, what if I can't handle success? What if I can't handle prosperity? Or what if I'm not able to find peace and happiness? So the universe is hearing that fear when I'm like, please, please help me. Um, when I set up a prosperity altar, they're like, okay, she wants prosperity. But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can handle it. I don't know if I can, like, if I'm responsible enough. Oh gosh. This is such a weird day. I'm glad we talked about it. But yeah, so I think that's all the things that have been going on in my mind today. Just like, I'm ready to let it go though. I'm totally ready to let it go. I don't want to feel like this anymore. So it's like, I was telling my husband the other day, like, man, I feel like I've spent my entire life being, if not anxious, sad, and depressed, like not physically feeling well. Like I have a lot of chronic pain issues and I have like other health issues. And it's just like, I can't even think of a time that I felt okay physically and mentally, like all at the same time. That's a really good point. Being afraid, if you accept it, then it's going to disappear. And then you have to think of, where did that come from? Why do you have that? And it might not even be something like specifically that happened in your life. It could be like your parents have that fear and they just that instilled that in you. Or sometimes I wonder if like past life is what's blocking me sometimes. Well, at least we're not alone in that feeling. And that's why I want to do these videos, because I'm like, I can't be the only person feeling like this. Especially when, I mean, I don't even know what it's like to socialize anymore, but back when we would socialize often, it's like, oh, hi, how are you doing? Oh, I'm great. How are you? And it's like, when somebody says they're great, I'm like, are you really? Like, how did you do that? But instead, I just say the same thing and mimic, oh, I'm great too. Thanks for asking, when I'm really not feeling great. And so I like have trouble believing, not that I don't want other people to feel great and happy. It doesn't seem authentic to me. And now I just feel like I'm sounding like an asshole, but I know that not everybody's feeling great all the time. I feel it. Well, that's good that's like one step to know where it does come from so that you can heal from that. And it's wonderful that you're doing therapy around it, because it's so helpful to talk to somebody else about it. And you can journal and write it down all you want and but talking to somebody is just really, really important. I'm glad you're taking that step for your mental health. Um, Yeah, that's great to know where it comes from. I also think it can be a combination of things. And especially being a massage therapist, it's like, I know you called me because you're not feeling good. So why did you just tell me that you feel great? And I get frustrated at work because when I ask what people want focused on, and they're like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm fine. I'm okay. And then like when I work on their body, I'm like, oh my God, they're holding so much tension. And I mean, sometimes people aren't, you work on that area and they're like, wow, I had no idea that was there. But a lot of times we ignore it. We're so used to just ignoring, oh, I'm going to be sad for the rest of my life. I'm going to be in pain for the rest of my life. It's just, it is what it is, but it's not. Like we are so capable of changing and growing and evolving. And yeah, I pick up a lot from people. I'm like, you're lying to me. I know you're not great. But then I don't know what to do with that because I'm not going to tell someone that they're lying to me and that they feel fine. Like, I don't know what to do with it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I actually feel a lot better. Thank you for being here. Um, and it always helps to just take time out and light some incense, light some candles, pull some oracle cards that are so perfect for what we were talking about. Oh, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. But I do have to go this time for real because the wasp went away, but I do have a class later that I'm going to. Um, but I hope you can watch the replay and learn about, let's see, we talked about garnet, labradorite, and lepidolite. I talked more about this other card that you've probably already seen in the group, but I just talked more about that and how it reflected on the moon phase. And just wanted to remind everybody, thank you so much for your support. And don't forget to get your copy because the mail is taking forever. Like, if you want to get this by June, because like the new moon is on June 10th, but I think the planner is starting that week before, right? Well, June 7th. But I mean, things that are supposed to take 3 days are taking 5 days, and things that are supposed to take 5 days is taking at least a week, probably more. So please, please, please order your planner as soon as possible because I just want you to get it and have it for when it starts. I'm hopefully after my class, hopefully I can make, these are the last two. So they're going to be sold out, but I'm hoping I can make some more tonight. And I'll try to get all the cat hair off of it. Planner cover because I have, mine is like crazy. I've got all my stickers and like post-it notes and stuff in the pocket, and then I have the, you can't really, there's a glare on it. There's the first phase, and then I'm so anxious to start the second one. And then I just have a regular notebook in there too. And then another notebook in the back pocket. So these are really handy for me. I hope everybody else likes them, but I'm making them as fast as I can. And I have some custom ones that I have to make too. So, oh, I'm so glad you have your candles. Get your candles too. I love those candles. I light one every night too. they burn so beautifully, and yeah, I'm so glad you like them. That's great. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your support. I will see you guys. I have another video to upload, but we'll have the new moon readings in a couple weeks. But I hope you survived this energy today, and just remember, it's just a phase. It's gonna pass. It's gonna get better. We're gonna get through it, and we can get through it together. So join the community, and thank you so much again. See you next time.